We're also following breaking news here at home in West Nashville, where a man was shot several times during a home invasion, and police are trying to track down the shooter. News Channel 5's Cuthbert Langley has been working to get the latest details this morning from Vanderbilt Medical Center. That's where that victim was taken. Do we have an update on that person's condition?
Steve, at last check, we know that this victim has non-life-threatening injuries. He was shot 3 times in this violent home invasion overnight, but so far, police have not released any description or know who the suspect is at this point. So there's still a lot of questions left to be answered this morning, but here are the latest details we've been able to gather for you throughout the morning. This happened around midnight at the Village West apartment complex on Tennessee Avenue. I've been told there were 2 people inside of this apartment at the time that this suspect was easily able to get inside. The front door was unlocked. There was some sort of a scuffle that obviously broke out between the 2 in the home and the suspect. That's when the guy pulled out a gun and started shooting, hitting the victim 3 times in the lower body area. He was rushed here to Vanderbilt Medical Center, and the suspect ran away from the scene and has not been seen since. Police have had a tough time making any leads, good leads, on exactly who they're searching for this morning, because at last check, the victims didn't even give a good description of the suspect to police, so that's proving to be quite difficult for them. Now, in terms of whether this was a targeted shooting or if this was random, it appears this was some sort of robbery attempt, but again, police have not mentioned if anything was taken from inside of that apartment. Thankfully, though, the victim will be okay. We're live at Vanderbilt Medical Center this morning. I'm Cuthbert Langley, News Channel 5 HD.
Cuthbert, thank you. A man is in the hospital after being stabbed overnight. It happened on Charles E. Davis Boulevard just before 3 a.m. He was rushed to the hospital with stab wounds to his back and his legs. We're told he's expected to survive, but no suspect description has been released. New this morning, a teenager is recovering after a bizarre shooting, and the Kentucky New Era is reporting the teen showed up at the hospital with a gunshot wound to his shoulder early yesterday morning. And the teen told Hopkinsville police he was walking with a friend on West 2nd Street when someone drove up and shot him. But police checked out the scene, and they're not sure that it appears that he appears to be telling the truth. They think the shooting was accidental. We're told the teen should be okay. It's unclear if any charges, though, will be filed.
An Antioch movie theater is reopening today for the first time since last week's violent shooting. Last Wednesday, Vincente Montano stormed the Carmike Hickory 8 movie theater and attacked moviegoers with pepper spray, a hatchet, and a pellet gun. He was later shot and killed by Metro Police. Several businesses have already reopened. They tell us it just shows how resilient Antioch really is.
I think Nashville is so special. I think the Nashville community has always shown that it's different, and we're not going to let all these massive things affect us.
She says it well, doesn't she? The first showing at the Carmike is just after 1 o'clock this afternoon.
A man was rushed to the hospital after shots were fired outside a nightclub. It happened about 3 a.m. Sunday on Bell Road in Antioch. Police say the victim was shot in the chest after getting into an argument in the parking lot. He's taken to the hospital in critical condition. Witnesses say the gunman took off in a black Nissan Maxima. So if you have any information that could help, call Metro Police. And after nearly 3 decades as a head coach of Austin Peay's baseball team, Gary McClure has resigned. Clarksville police say Gary McClure was arrested Friday after trying to meet an undercover officer posing as a prostitute. The ad was placed on Backpage.com. McClure was named head coach back in 1988 and has led the Govs to 6 NCAA regional appearances. Assistant coach Derek Dunbar will serve as interim head coach.
Also in Clarksville, we now know the name of the person found dead over the weekend. Investigators tell us the body of Laperial Savon Easterling was discovered around 1 in the morning on the 2800 block of Teakwood Drive. How that 20-year-old died, though, is not being released. If you know anything about this, call Crime Stoppers at 931-645-TIPS.